I have spent years traveling across America, collecting forgotten folklore, haunted history, and unexplained mysteries. But among all the stories I have investigated, few have stayed with me like the legend of the ghost ship of the Great Lakes. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. It really helps. It was a cold autumn evening when I first arrived along the rocky shoreline of Lake Superior. The locals spoke quietly about a phantom vessel that appeared during storms, a ship that should not exist, yet continued to haunt the waters century after century. At first, I assumed it was just another maritime legend, the kind sailors create to explain the dangers of the lake. But the deeper I dug into the history, the stranger the story became. The Great Lakes are often called the inland seas of North America, and over the centuries, thousands of ships have vanished beneath their dark waters. Some disappeared during violent storms, while others seemed to vanish without explanation. Among these tragedies, one legend stood above all others, a mysterious ghost ship seen emerging from thick fog before suddenly disappearing into thin air. One elderly fisherman agreed to speak with me. He told me that years earlier, while returning to shore before a storm, he spotted a large sailing vessel moving across the water. The ship appeared old, far older than any vessel should have been sailing those waters. Its sails were torn, its hull looked weathered by centuries of storms, and yet it moved with impossible speed. As lightning flashed across the sky, he noticed something even more disturbing. There were figures standing on the deck, motionless and silent, staring directly toward him. The fisherman swore that when another bolt of lightning illuminated the lake, the entire ship vanished. No splash, no turn, no trace. It was simply gone. As darkness settled over Lake Superior that evening, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just a local legend. Somewhere beyond the fog-covered water, an unsolved mystery was waiting for me. The following night, I joined a small group of local sailors who claimed to have witnessed strange activity on the lake. The weather forecast predicted heavy fog and strong winds, the exact conditions often associated with sightings of the phantom ship. As our boat moved farther from the shore, the atmosphere became increasingly unsettling. The water was unusually calm despite the approaching storm, and an eerie silence seemed to blanket the entire lake. Hours passed with nothing unusual. Then, just after midnight, a thick wall of fog rolled across the water. Visibility dropped so quickly that we could barely see beyond the edge of our boat. One of the sailors suddenly pointed into the darkness. At first I saw nothing, then a shape began to emerge. Slowly, an enormous sailing vessel materialized within the fog. It looked impossibly old. Its towering masts rose above the mist like skeletal fingers reaching into the night sky. The ship made no sound, no creaking wood, no crashing waves. It simply glided across the surface of the lake in complete silence. My heart pounded as I raised my camera. Through the lens, I could clearly make out shadowy figures standing along the railings. Their clothing appeared ancient, almost from another century. None of them moved, none of them spoke. Then something happened that I still struggle to explain. A brilliant flash of lightning illuminated the entire lake. For a fraction of a second, the vessel appeared perfectly clear, and then, as darkness returned, the ship was gone. Not sailing away, not sinking, gone. The sailors around me stood frozen in shock. Every one of us had seen it, and every one of us knew that what we had witnessed should have been impossible. When I returned home, I spent months researching maritime disasters, shipwreck records, and eyewitness reports connected to the Great Lakes. Again and again, I encountered stories describing the same phantom vessel. Sailors from different generations, different locations, and different decades all reported remarkably similar encounters. Some believed the ghost ship was the spirit of a vessel lost during one of the Great Lakes' deadly storms. Others claimed it was a supernatural warning, a sign that dangerous weather or tragedy was approaching. There were even stories suggesting that those who followed the ship into the fog never returned. What troubled me most was the evidence I had collected myself. The photographs I took that night should have captured the vessel, yet when I reviewed them, the fog was there, the water was there, the lightning was there, but the ship was missing. It was as though whatever we had seen existed only for those who witnessed it with their own eyes. To this day, no one has fully explained the ghost ship of Great Lakes. Skeptics blame unusual weather conditions, optical illusions, or mirages caused by atmospheric refraction. Believers argue that too many eyewitnesses have reported the same details for it to become coincidence. Years have passed since my encounter on the Lake Superior, but I still remember the feeling that washed over me when that ancient vessel emerged from the fog. Sometimes, when storms gather over the Great Lakes and the wind begins to howl across the water, I wonder whether that phantom ship is still sailing through the darkness, searching endlessly for a harbor it will never reach. And perhaps somewhere beyond the fog, its silent crew is still waiting. Every story you hear is recorded by me in my own voice, for hours at a time. No AI narration, just dedication and a love for great stories. If you appreciate that, hit subscribe.